Hey guys, Attorney Zach Richey here to talk to you today about whether or not the police can search your car in the state of Indiana. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution protects us from unreasonable search and seizures by the government. In Indiana, we gain our protections from not only the Fourth Amendment, but also the Indiana Constitution. In Article 1, Section 11 provides that people in Indiana are also safe from unreasonable search and seizures by the government. However, like most things in life, there are exceptions to the rule. A big question we get here at Marc Lopez Law Firm is whether or not the police can search my vehicle without a warrant. And in some instances, they can. One of those instances is called the automobile exception. The automobile exception to apply, a few things must happen. One, the police must pull you over for some sort of traffic infraction. And based on their conversation with you, they gain probable cause that there's criminal activity afoot. That can be the odor of marijuana, that could be drugs or drug paraphernalia in plain view. If the police have probable cause, plus you're in a vehicle that's readily movable, the police can then search your vehicle without a warrant or without your consent. Now, what do I mean by readily movable? Well, a good example is just a car that's pulled over on the side of the street. You turn the keys on that car, it's going to move. That is going to be a readily movable car. That's going to be different from, say, an RV that's parked maybe in a parking lot. There's no way that it can move. The engine doesn't work, something of that nature. Now, it's still a motor vehicle, but because it cannot be moved, then the officers cannot use the automobile exception to have a warrantless search of your car. The police are also going to be able to search your vehicle if they arrest you for something that is not related to the reason why they pulled you over. For example, you're pulled over for speeding, and while the cops are obtaining your information, they realize that you have a warrant out for your arrest. Well, at that point, the officers must take you under arrest, and during that arrest, they're going to pat you down and search your person to make sure you don't have anything that could harm the officers or any illegal things that are on your person. After you're arrested, most likely your car is going to be towed and it's going to be taken to a tow lot. Now, the police are going to do what's called an inventory search of that vehicle. And an inventory search is where the officers are going to go through your car and inventory every single thing that's in there. Now, the officers are going to say that's so that you can't come back and sue them later for something that's missing in the car. But what it really does is gives the police carte blanche to just go in and search your vehicle. And if they find something illegal, you can be charged with that. Now, officers cannot conduct warrantless searches based solely on a minor traffic offense. They must get consent from you first in that situation. So if you're pulled over for speeding or switching lanes without using a turn signal, and the police don't have probable cause of any other criminal activity, they cannot just go into your car and search it without your consent or without a warrant. Now, the police might try to coerce you into that consent to try to get to the point where you're going to agree that they can search their car. You do not need to consent. You can tell them respectfully, officer, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not giving you consent to search my vehicle. If you have any legal questions, or if you are facing a case, or someone else you know is facing a case, please give us at the Marc Lopez Law Firm phone call, 317-632-3642, and always remember, plead the fifth.